Good afternoon, everybody. Just wanted to step on here and show you how a life insurance policy is a fantastic asset that many people don't realize. And I just wanted to step up and just give a quick rundown. So people talk about the fees and this, that, and everything, but over the years, so it seems more expensive at the very beginning and less fees at the very end of the policy life for IUL. And the reason for, and then it's like, okay, that makes sense, right? But if you go over the course of the entire policy, you'll be getting about 1.5, maybe 2% of fees every single year, right? It's not that big of a deal. And I said, well, it's high on the front end most of the time. It's like, yeah, it is, but it averages out to 1.5 to 2% fee every year. That's the average. So, and they're like, well, how does that, I mean, how does that make it more like a house, buying a house? Well, if you look at the fees and you look at it as your interest rate, right? You get a 3%, let's just say, currently right around 5% interest rate. AP, oh, sorry. Undo. APR, annual percentage rate on your house or your mortgage. So, but everyone thinks that buying a house is a great thing. Why would I buy a house, pay 3 to 5% interest rate, or even up maybe up to 8%, depending on how bad your credit is, but I wouldn't buy a life insurance policy, which is a better asset than a house. So just wanted to quickly go, let's just clear all the drawings again, start over. So you start off with a house. If you go 0 down, you're going to be paying a lot more, correct? So let's just say that I'm just going to use insurance terms and real estate terms just so interchangeably. So when you buy a house 0 down, it's like buying a life insurance policy. You're going to have death benefit of $350,000. Now you could say either a death benefit, or it could be what your market value of your house. So $350,000. And depending on how the life insurance is set up, you're going to build equity or the cash value equals cash value, right? So you have $350,000 life insurance policy. Your death benefit is building cash value. Guess what? Just like a house. Your market value of the house is $350,000. You pay down your loan, you build up your equity or your cash value of your house. Does that kind of make sense there? I'm hoping this does. I mean, it really, really is something that is important to understand. So if my death benefit or my market value is $350,000, I'm building equity, AKA I'm building the cash value. And then come on, clear all drawings there. All right, now, hopefully that's very understandable there. But now we go and say, all right, the way we talk about infinite banking by using life insurance. You can technically do that with real estate. So an infinite banking, infinite banking, or you can do tax-free retirement, And the way we get to this point, we're able to have an infinite banking mode or tax-free retirement, is taking loans from the cash value and using the cash value, or sorry, we're using loans using the collateral, or our cash value as the collateral for a loan. So it's a secure loan. The loan is already technically paid for. But with this, we're using our death benefit to fund the loans with our cash value as collateral. So how does that mean? How does that work really? Well, it's just like using a Heloc on your house. So let's say you have $350,000 house, your cash value, your equity equals, let's say, $125,000. Sorry about that. Let's just clear that up. $25,000. Say I take a $50,000 HELOC on my house. So I got a line of credit of $50,000 on my house. Pretty much the exact same thing. Build up your cash value in your life insurance policy. You take a collateralized loan. So the money never leaves your house. It never leaves the cash value. So your house or your cash value keeps growing at, let's just say, 4% to 10% every year. Let's make that an R. There you go. So it's growing at 4 to 10% a year. I'm taking $50,000 HELOC, so a line of credit, home equity line of credit. Same thing as a equity line of credit on cash value of a life insurance policy. I use that $50,000 and I go and I invest it, say stocks, bonds, there you go, mutual funds, crypto, right? And then I make profits, I pay off the loan, and then booyah. That's what the infinity banking is. You can buy cars and then rent out the car on Toro or something, make money that way, or you can buy more real estate, all that fun stuff, right? So you're looking at this, and I mean, I hope this is making sense. And you're building up an asset, I mean, a true asset. And even though some people say that houses are not assets, they're liabilities, it is really honestly the way you look at them. And I mean, you're gaining 4 to 10% a year while your $50,000 is making you money. So that's why I say a life insurance policy is a better asset than your home. So if you have a $350,000 life insurance policy and you have the cash value on there, which is making 4 to 10% average a year on in the market for you, or in your participation in the market, sorry, and then you have $50,000 that's still making you money, and you pay 5% interest, you're thinking, oh, I got to pay 5% interest. No, not at all. The 5% interest is coming out of that 4 to 10% you're making every single year. And people think, what the heck? I'm paying if I get 4% that year, I'm looking at losing money. And you got to think, I'll show you this one second. Oh, so I'm going to times that by, let's just say 4%, right? So if you have $125,000 at, let's just say 4% on 1 year, that's $5,000 you gain, right? Now your loan is $50,000. Oh, sorry about that. $50,000 at 5%, right? So 50,000 times 5%, $2,500. So what happens? You get $2,500 that's compounding after, so compound or interest payment after pays. Oops, I completely screwed up how to spell interest. Est. There you go. Compound interest after paying your interest only loan payments back. There you go. So does that make us? That's how the rich keep getting richer, is they leverage their money using loans that's still making them money, pay a small interest rate, and then so then they get two streams of income. So if I invested this and I made, let's say, a 10% to 15% return in real estate investing, now I got two sources of income. I got the 4 to 10% on my cash value. I get 10 to 15% coming from my real estate, and it's just a continuous cycle. So let's just do this. Cash value, loan, invest, sorry, I'm drawing with my finger here. Just, let's clear this up a little bit. I'm going to do it better. So build cash value, take out loans, then you invest in whatever you want. It could be watches, cars, real estate, crypto, stocks, bonds, etc. Then pay back the loan into the cash value. Cash value goes up, and then you do it again. A continuous cycle is what they do. There is a rich guy who owns a certain stock. I don't remember exactly what, but he got pretty much a collateralized loan. He didn't sell his stock. This is the reason why rich people don't pay taxes, because they buy an asset So let's say a company, he owns so much of a company that's worth several billions of dollars right now, right? He owns a ton of stock, right, in this company. So he owns quite a bit. He takes a loan out on it, and he has a 2 billion. I can't even do it. Collateralized loan, right? So $2 billion. He takes that, invests it, also lifestyle, takes his profits, pays back what he used, the lifestyle loans, as well as his investment loans, which builds his portfolio even more. Or so he has two different portfolios. So he goes from owning one business, then he has another and another and another, another. So this asset that he has is growing his portfolio over and over and over again. And he's not losing the first one, right? They say that billionaires have roughly 7 to 12 streams of income. Streams. Right? They focus on one stream first, the first one. Then, once they build that up, so it's successful and it works without them, right? So they just keep funding the project or funding the cash value, funding that asset, and it builds up. And then they leverage their asset to build up the second, right? I mean, this is not the most pretty way to do things, but it gets the point across here. So build up one, and then you leverage it to build a second one. And I always want to have the second one to be as similar as you can to the first one. I know people that have several different life insurance policies that have a lot of cash value in them. So they're just using them over and over and over to build more and more cash value, which is fantastic in my mind. And they build up several different streams of income. They're millionaire, they get several $1 million a year off of all their assets they built, but they started off with one thing. And the smart people always do that. So I'm just going to do a text box here. There's I don't know the saying. I've been looking for the person who said it, right? They said that never mix your investments with your retirement. Ain't that awesome? So now, let's do another text box over here. Warren Buffett said, first rule, number one rule of making money is to not lose money. Number two rule is to follow rule number one. So when you're talking about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, 401k, everything tanks, right? Just 1 second here. So things tank, market tanks, right? And you lose money. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? Honestly, when 401ks, IRAs, crypto, they're all down, and people actually sadly have done stupid stuff like not seeing or thinking that there is no out for them. They've lost their money, there's no hope, and some of them actually have committed suicide, and it's very, very heartbreaking. So the biggest thing, I mean, houses the house market might crash soon, is that several people are saying that, and it's going to be half price houses again. So what I would like to do, instead of doing this up down thing all the time, So instead of the market going up and down, now I'm gonna have to do something like this probably. Yeah, there you go. All right. I want to do this. So if the market's going like this, let's just, you're doing up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And then you got taxes, or I should say, this is your 401k IRA. You get a 1% to 3% brokerage fee. Plus taxes. Right now they're rough about 25% for both state and federal. Plus then you got the 10% on capital gains taxes, and you got all that fun stuff. But within 4 years, I think it's 2026, that they say that taxes are going to roughly double, because Trump signed that thing saying lowering the taxes rate. He did it for 8 years. So 2017 all the way to pretty much 2026, 25, right? So taxes are going to go up again. So let's just say, I don't know how much they're going to, let's say they double to 50% in state, federal, and capital gains tax. Don't know where it's going to be when you retire. So instead of having something like this is absolutely ridiculous, right? So what if, instead of the ups and downs in the market goes up, it goes down, you stay here. Market goes up, and which one is going to win out? This one. That's a lot better. And then you pay a 1% fee to 2%. I'm just going to do 1 to 2% fee. So my 401k IRA, if it drops like it has done in 2008, I went from $40,000 to $22,000. Was a huge drop, and it took until up to 2019 to get to $38,000. Took me a long time. Now they say the time in the market is better than timing the market, and I say yes, that is correct. The time in the market from here, oh, from here, come on, here to here, let's say is 20 years. And from here to here is 20 years. Now, everyone forgets that every 7 years, there's usually a correction in the market. There's always market ups and downs every single day. Year by year, there's going to be a market correction. But they forget to tell you that every 7 years, there's going to be a major correction of 20 to 30%. That's usually because it's Shemitah year. It's a Jewish thing. A lot of biblical stuff in that. And that usually coincides with all the market downturns. And then every 10 to 20 years, you're going to have a major drop going from 20% all the way down to 50%. The market drops. So that's why I took my 401k from 2008 to 2019, 11 years, to get back to $38,000. So I changed it, I moved it into a fund that looks like this here. So no matter what, if the market goes down, I make money. Or I don't make money, I have zero, the power of zero. So it's the biggest thing to realize the power of 0%. So market tanks, lose nothing. And I start exactly where I was before. So I'm just going to stop the share quick here. I'm going to share my, 1 second here. I'm going to go back here, share screen. Can't get it right now, I don't think. Yep, not able to get to it right now. I should have pulled it up beforehand, but there's a thing that says stock market. You go from $300,000 into and $300,000. Sorry, market goes down. Let's say it's 250. You start at 250. The next year, I'm still at $300,000. Market goes up, let's say 10%. So you made $25,000. So you're at 275. Here I am. I made $30,000. Now, where would you want to be? That's just in this example. So 1 year we're at $300,000 in both cash value and the life insurance policy and a 401k. Same exact number. We're starting simple. Market tanks, and you lose $50,000. Life insurance policy loses nothing. Next year, that made 10%. You now have $25,000. So 10%. You have $275,000. I do a percent sign over here. Sorry about that. And then I have $330,000. Market tanks again, says drops down by 10%. Then you have 267,500. I still have $330,000 making my cash value. This is simple stuff. Power of 0 is phenomenal, right? And then of course, if you have a life insurance retirement plan, guess what happens? Tax free withdrawals. Over here, taxes. 25 to, let's just say 45%. Who's going to have way more money for retirement? The life insurance retirement plan, the LIRP. Anyway, I hope you found this information awesome for you. And I really, really hope that you got the value from this and you can start moving things around to make pay 0 in taxes when you retire. One of the biggest things is a tax deferred plan is a tax procrastination plan. And what happens, you pretty much pay interest on that. I would rather pay 25% of $10,000 a year that's going into my retirement plan instead of deferring and then paying 25% on $400,000 and $900,000. And that's a lot more money, right? So if I made $75,000 a year, pay taxes on that, put 10% into my 401k, and then, or my life insurance retirement plan, and then everything coming out is tax-free, just like a Roth. And it's awesome. It has a lot more benefits than a Roth IRA. And So I hope you found this information valuable. There's ways that you can change things now to start going towards this tax-free way of doing things. Also, not losing your money in the market when the market goes down. So there's just all these ways of doing things. But anyway, I hope you guys had found value in this, and I hope and pray that you. Sorry, I should turn my camera on. I hope that you guys can see the value in this and how life insurance can be used as an asset for retirement, for infinite banking, for more as a for investments, real estate investing, stocks, bonds, crypto, whatever you want, and you don't lose your money, but you leverage your money to make more money. Anyway, I gotta go, so have a good one, and I don't want to make it too long anyway. Probably made it longer than I should have, but anyway, have a good one.